Hello and welcome back to my workbench. It is time once again to try to fix something. Today on the workbench I'm taking a look at another PS5 FAT. I'm not sure what version this is. If it's a 1015, 1115, I'll have to check. But I got this from a shop nearby that works on game consoles and I think cell phones. But apparently it's not turning on. The original owner of it did not want to proceed with repairs, so I ended up buying it from that shop, and we're going to see if we can figure it out. Apparently, the initialization current it kind of hangs when you give it 12 volts, so we'll get into that. Right now, I want to see what it does. I'm pretty sure the power supply is good. Yeah, power supply is starting up just fine. I'm guessing this is either going to be just a beep only or a beep on off. That's kind of the options, I think. Let's see what happens. We give it some, press the power button. Well, nothing. Nothing. How about eject? No. Oh, there it goes. It did beep. I did not see a light. It's probably going to beep ever so often. I'm just holding the power button, seeing what it does. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Okay, it will beep like every, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds. But no light. So that's where we're starting from. So I'm going to get the covers off. Apparently this thing has had a bug infestation problem. So yeah, we're going to be dealing with that too. It is nasty. If you look at the sides of it, it's been beat up. It's dirty, got stains on it. So it's going to need some cleanup if we can get it working. So let's get the covers off and let's see what it looks like on the inside. But we know it has been opened up. It has been worked on, so we know all that. Well, the circuit board has been removed, so we can get a better look at it here on the workbench. And so far, all I'm really seeing is signs of corrosion. If you can look around let me get some focus around the HDMI port. That looks pretty nasty. Yeah, anywhere the bugs could get to. Of course, the main part of it, there's the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. It's not looking too good. They usually corrode those capacitors in that area. But that's really about all they can get to. So, yeah, that'll clean up somewhat. Not perfectly, but it will clean up somewhat. But I'm not sure if this, if our problem is being caused by that corrosion or not this time. I know they've killed them in the past, with corrosion behind the HDMI port. I mean, behind the Bluetooth Wi-Fi module, I should say. But I'm not sure if that's the case this time or not. That current draw kind of suggests that everything is working, but it's struggling to load its software, like something maybe SSD controller. But let's see if we can get set up and do some voltage measurements. Well, now that I think about it, the very first measurement we should probably make is let's get some power into this board. Let's see how much current we're drawing. Okay, polarity, focus, looks pretty good. How much current are we going to draw? 290 or so, 286. And we are holding a long, long time there. Really long time. And it just kind of looks like maybe SSD struggling, and then it finally went down. Okay, something struggling to communicate. I don't know what. Okay. All right, now let's see if we can do some voltage measurements. All right, let's do some quick checks. I'm pretty sure we're going to have, everything that we need to run. Just from looking at that current draw, it's pushing 300 milliamps. But I do want to just confirm we are getting 1.8 and 3.3 around this Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. Let's see. Yeah, 1.8, 3.3. So that's good. That's there. I'm sure this 3.3 is here. 1.15, if I can get on it, yes. And do we have, where's that 2 volt rail? Yeah, 1.98, that all looks good. I'm assuming our 5 volts is 5 volts, yeah, 5.1. No problem there. What about, I have to turn it over and just check our SSD voltages. Just to see if we're getting, all of them that we should. But our Bluetooth Wi-Fi module is getting everything it needs. And get that ground lead hooked back up. SSD voltages. Because I get a ground. They won't be there at the moment because they're only there when it's first in it. Well, okay. It will be there at the moment because I just knocked the ground lead loose and reconnected it. What do we have here? And then it went away. Right there. Off. Let me turn it back on. 0.8. 1.2. 2.5. And this is another 1.2. Yeah, 1.2 on the corners. 0.8 up here. 2.5. All right, they're all there. All the voltages are there. This may be a good time to read the codes and just see what it says. I suspect it's going to say something about access to the SSD controller. So let's get set up to read those. All right, well, I have connected up UART. I have applied power to the board, and we have read codes, and there are a lot of codes in here. Codes that seem to repeat over and over again. I'm not quite sure what they mean. Some seem to refer to the flash controller. See mention of HDMI also. So I may have to clear these. I mean, it's like 60-something codes. I may have to clear it and see what comes back. So, but there's plenty of codes to go around. Well, after reviewing these codes and asking some people on Discord, just trying to figure out what these could mean, I think I'm reasonably sure what we need is an SSD controller. I think the system is trying to load its software and it's just failing because that controller is not working. So that's what I'm going to go with. I think we're going to swap this out and see if all these errors go away. I have not cleared them yet. I need to. But yeah, I'm reasonably sure that's our culprit right there. So let's get the preheater out and get that swapped out. Well, our SSD controller has been changed out. That seemed to go pretty well. It's time to find out if that was a big waste of time or not, though. I've got my leads connected properly, I hope. Time to give it 12 volts and watch this current draw on this left channel, channel 1. 300 milliamps, come back down. No, we're still hanging. We're still hanging. Darn. No change. Are we ever gonna? There we go. It finally went back down. That's a long time. So that was a big waste of time. Okay then. What next? I need to do some thinking. Need to think about this. All right, well, I was wrong about the SSD controller. So I've been looking over these errors again. I did clear them, and I think I need to be paying closer attention to this one. Wi-Fi or Bluetooth problem or power failure. Why? Because we have an awful lot of corrosion in the area of the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. Because it's part that's not covered by the metal shield. It's exposed. So take a look with me under the microscope right quick like, if you could. I am wondering, let me get a pointer. Look at these vias. This is right underneath the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. Is this one, let me back out a little more light. Is this one totally eaten away? See if I can get it in focus a little better. Is that totally eaten away? I mean, it's definitely puffed up. You know, this one is also right here, right beside it. But this one looks to be a little more intact. This one, though, I think it's eaten away. Let's do a quick check for science. Let me get everything in the shot. Let's scratch it right here. And let's scratch right here. Okay. Do we have a connection? Get in continuity mode. Here to there. No. No, we do not. And this, I'm pretty sure, is going to be a data connection between like the South Bridge and the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. What about this other one over here? That one is open. That's probably enough right there to give this error. What about this right here? This one looks to be a little bit more intact. I mean, I can still see kind of the copper ring, I think. Is this one intact? Yes, that one's still intact. Okay. And some of these capacitors are going to have to go too, or all of them. But this one, yep, that's open. All right, let's scrape this thing off a little. I wanted to check continuity through it before I did it. See if I can get it lined up here. All right, what does it look like under there? Totally eaten away. Look at that. By roach. Feces, shall we say, nastiness. Look at that. Totally eaten away. So has that been my whole problem? I guess I didn't really waste an SSD controller. I will keep that one and reball it for another day. Let's just see. Give us a little jumper wire right here. If I can stop dropping things. I'm dropping everything. Oops. Including flux into my hand. There's an excessive amount of flux. Okay. Tin this up a little. I have to find a little bit of wire. And speaking of wire, here's a huge spool of it when I need maybe 2 millimeters of it. If I can get my finger on it. And not burn my finger. No, don't like the looks of that. Try it again. Of course, I will put some solder mask over that. Give it a quick clean. All right, I'll clean that up some more and cut it covered. Let's see what are the chances that that was all of our problem. Let me push this out of the way. Where are my leads? My power supply leads. All right. Positive and negative. Nothing shorted, I hope. All right. I'm gonna give it 12 volts. Let's see what she does this time. 300 milliamps. And it came back down. Look at that. Look at that. I've never seen that. Not on a PS5 anyway. I mean, I've seen corrosion do weird things. I've never seen the corrosion to be so bad in this Wi-Fi Bluetooth area that it actually ate through a via like that. So, all right, let me do some cleanup. I need to replace, I think this thing will turn on now, I'm pretty sure. I need to replace several of these caps. They just look, iffy. And they like to short when they start getting corrosion on them. So let me get those swapped out. And I may end up changing the HDMI port just because there's a lot of, if you can see, a lot of corrosion around the HDMI. I've done some cleanup around there, but there's just a lot of corrosion on the pins of it. I don't know that it's, I don't know if any of the connections are broken. So, but it's still, it's a factory port and they're not very strong and there's corrosion around it. But, all right, let me get those swapped out and we'll get this thing a test. right, well, after replacing all those capacitors and fixing that open connection, she's trying to come up now, I think. I did replace every one of those capacitors underneath the Bluetooth Wi-Fi module. And where it was corroded, looking back, it was not really a via, it's more of a test pad, like a bare copper test pad that had eaten completely through and had isolated that connection. Okay. Let's see if she will, if a controller will connect. And, well, did I connect? No. Do I have a front panel connection problem? It would seem I do. At least with the USB-C. Because I didn't see a light come on. Oh, there's a charge light. Maybe intermittent, though. No, USB is not connected. Let's try. Let me find another cable. Let me find a USB-A to C cable. Well, I dug out a USB-A to C cable and I'm plugged in the back now. I've tried the front. There is power, but it will not connect. So, yeah, I need to see if it'll work in safe mode. Shut her down. Maybe yet another problem with the Bluetooth connection. Let's see, in safe mode, this should tell us if the USB port itself, if it will work via USB serially. And we just have a wireless problem. All right, we're shutting down. Okay. Hold the power button down. Okay, now we're acting weird. Now we're acting very weird. More problems. More problems. Now she won't turn on. Great. All right, so we are back over on the workbench because this thing is acting very strange. I do have the UART reconnected. We are still getting similar type errors. That same Bluetooth Wi-Fi error. So either my repair has come loose or there's another bad connection. So let me get this board back out and see what we can find. We are back under the microscope in the area of the Wi-Fi Bluetooth module. We need to look at these connections again. I think I'm in continuity mode. Let me get my meter working. All right, so we're in continuity mode. And what I thought may have happened was this other, weak-looking connection may have finally broken. But no, it's still good. However, this one, you see the end of that wire sticking out up there. No connection. So I just did a really poor job of soldering that. I did secure it with solder mask. But I'm sure what happened is when I heated this area up, changing out all those capacitors, that wire lifted. It was allowed to move just a little, and it broke this connection. Because, yeah, that, I've got bare wire there. There's no connection. So, yeah. Just did a poor job. See if we can break this solder mask loose. It dried well, but apparently when I heated it up, you know, I did get it pretty hot in this area though, changing out those capacitors. Yeah, that just kind of lifted right up there. All right, we're ready to give this a try and see if it's going to work now. I think I've got the Blu-ray even connected up. Okay. Let's see. Will she turn on? Yes. Blue light, fan spinning. Okay. Logo. All right. Controller. Yes. Oh, got a code on that one. We are back. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. I've got a lot of cleanup to do on this thing, though. There's still roach signs. So, yeah, let me get to cleaning on it, and I think we can finish this one up. Well, here she is, fully reassembled, installing a game. Seems to be working perfectly, and it's a whole lot cleaner. But yeah, she's cleaning up all right, working well. It's just kind of one of those odd ones. Apparently roaches did kill this one. I started off with the wrong assumption of the SSD controller, but we got there. We figured it out. So I hope you liked that one. Thought it was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining, any of the above. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in that very next repair. Bye for now.